Sure. You're here now. That's all that matters. You've made it through another day, a day that may have asked too much of you, or left you feeling like you had nothing to give. And yet, here you are. Still breathing. Still carrying everything you weren't allowed to set down. But now it's night. And in this hour, nothing more is required of you. No answers. No strength. No performance. Just this moment. Just this breath. Just this quiet. Soften your shoulders. Loosen your jaw. Unclench whatever you've been gripping, even if it's only inside your chest. Because here, in this soft corner of the night, you are allowed to unravel, gently, without falling apart. Let the silence wrap around you, like a warm, wordless lullaby. Not the silence that feels empty or lonely, but the silence that feels sacred. The kind of silence that holds you when you're too tired to hold yourself. Maybe you've been moving through the world like a glass of water filled to the brim. Carefully, silently, afraid that any bump will make you spill. But here, you don't have to be careful anymore. You can spill. You can sigh. You can sink. Because no one's watching. No one's waiting. This moment is only for you. And if you're still hearing thoughts tumble through your head, the should-haves, the what-ifs, the endless trying, let them come, and let them pass. Like soft ripples across a quiet lake. You don't have to fight them. Just breathe under them. Thoughts don't need to stop for you to rest. You can rest anyway. You can rest even with the noise. Because silence isn't always the absence of sound. Sometimes, it's the absence of judgment. Tonight, I won't ask you to fix anything. I won't ask you to be okay. I'll only ask this: can you allow yourself to be held, even by the darkness? Not as a place of fear, but as a cocoon. A quiet cave where nothing is demanded of you. Where the masks can slip, and the ache behind your smile can finally exhale. The world doesn't see that part of you, does it? The part that's tired from being strong. The part that quietly breaks, but never loudly asks to be seen. But I see it. I see you. And even in this silence, you are not alone. Let the night become your sanctuary. Let it take the weight from your chest and carry it for a while. You've earned that. And no, you don't need to justify your exhaustion. You don't need to explain why you're tired. You just are. And that is reason enough to rest. Breathe in slowly, like the tide returning to shore. Breathe out even slower, as if releasing something that's been waiting to leave you for years. Can you feel that? The way the breath doesn't judge you. The way it comes back, no matter how many times you've pushed it away? That's what sleep is. A return. A coming home to yourself. Not an escape, but a gentle remembering. Maybe you forgot what safety feels like. What it's like to not brace for the next demand. To not perform. To not ache in silence. But you are remembering now, not with your mind, but with your nervous system. With your skin. With the slowing beat of your heart. You don't have to do safety. You only have to allow it. And this silence, this night, is here to remind you. So let it whisper to you, softly, slowly, lovingly. You are not too much. You are not too broken. You are simply tired. And this is your moment to rest. You are not here to heal everything in one night. You are only here to be held. And the night, this sacred, shadowed night, is more than willing to hold you. Let your breath keep softening. Let your mind keep drifting. Let your heart know, it doesn't have to stay on high alert forever. You are safe now. You are safe here. No one needs anything from you. Not even you. Sleep is where healing begins, not through effort, but through surrender. Not through control, but through letting go. And so, as the world dims behind your eyelids, as your thoughts float farther and your muscles sigh deeper, know this: the silence is not empty. It is full of everything that loves you in your most undone state. It's not here to demand. It's here to listen, to cradle, to gently remind you that rest is sacred. And sleep is not the end of your story tonight. It is where the softest healing begins. There's a heaviness we rarely speak of. Not in our backs, not in our bones, but behind the eyes. A kind of weight that doesn't bruise the skin, but still pulls everything down. A quiet ache, made of unspoken thoughts, unfinished grief, and the pressure to be okay when you're not. You've felt it, haven't you? That slow burn of mental fatigue that builds without permission. The way it clouds your focus, numbs your joy, and turns even small tasks into mountains. But no one sees it. Because it's not loud. It's not dramatic. It's just there. Lingering. Silent. Heavy. Sometimes we call it burnout. Other times we call it overthinking or just a rough week. But beneath the labels, it's something more tender. It's the emotional weight of carrying things you never had space to put down. The need to be dependable. The pressure to keep going. The quiet belief that you don't have time to feel it all. So, instead, you carry it. Until your smile becomes a shield. Until your eyes feel tired even when you've slept. Until your brain stops dreaming and just starts surviving. But tonight, we're not here to solve that weight. We're here to feel it, safely, softly, without drowning in it. Because sometimes, the kindest thing we can do for our pain is to stop running from it. Let yourself notice it now. Not with fear, not with shame, but with compassion. Feel the quiet ache behind your eyes. Not as a flaw, but as proof that you've been trying. That your heart has stayed open in a world that keeps asking more. You see, the soul gets tired too. Not from doing too little, but from feeling too much. And when you keep pushing through it, when you keep pretending you're fine, the weight only grows heavier in the dark. But here, in this quiet place, you don't have to carry it alone. There's no expectation here. No fixing. No performance. Just breath. Just stillness. Just the gentle unfolding of all you've held too tightly. Let your eyes soften. Let your brow relax. Feel the way your body begins to understand that it no longer needs to protect you right now. You are not in danger. You are not being judged. You are simply feeling what's been waiting to be felt. And that is not weakness. That is healing. The truth is, you've done nothing wrong. You were never meant to hold it all together. Even the strongest branches break when too much ice weighs them down. Even the gentlest waters overflow when they have no place to go. So, if you feel heavy tonight, know this: it's not because you're weak. It's because you're full. Full of effort, care, pain, confusion, silence. And all of it has made a home inside you, quietly. Invisibly. Until your eyes became the doorway to all the things you couldn't say. You may not have had time to fall apart. You may not have felt safe enough to let go. But now, in this slow, sacred stillness, you are safe enough. No one's rushing you. No one's watching. You don't have to explain your sadness to anyone. You just have to breathe. With each breath, give yourself permission to soften. To let the weight behind your eyes be seen, even if only by the dark. You don't have to release it all tonight. But maybe, just maybe, you can begin to loosen your grip. You've held it long enough. Let the night hold you now. Feel the bed beneath you, solid, gentle, supportive. It doesn't ask you to prove your pain. It just holds you, the way the earth holds fallen leaves. Without judgment. Without urgency. Let your body sink. Let your mind float. Let the tired behind your eyes find rest, not through escape, but through allowance. You are not broken for feeling too much. You are not dramatic for needing rest. You are human, and this weight you carry is just a sign that you've cared deeply, even when it cost you. So tonight, let yourself be cared for in return. Not by another person, but by the silence. By the stillness. By the softness of this moment. Sleep does not need your perfection. It only needs your surrender. So close your eyes not to hide from the world, but to turn toward yourself. Toward your breath. Toward your healing. Toward the gentle truth that even the heaviest eyes deserve rest. There are nights when your body is still, but your mind is not. It spins. It loops. It replays old conversations like broken film reels, asks questions that have no answers, builds futures you never asked to imagine, and reopens doors you thought you had closed. You lie in the dark, eyes closed, but within it's bright. Too bright. Too loud. And it's not that you want to think. It's that you cannot think. This is not failure. This is not weakness. This is the mind, doing what it knows best, trying to protect you. Trying to make sense of things. Trying to stay alert, even when the war is long over. Overthinking isn't a flaw. It's an old coping mechanism. Built in rooms where stillness once meant danger, where being prepared was the only way to feel safe. But here's the truth no one told you: you don't need to think your way to rest. You don't need to solve everything before sleep welcomes you. The mind will resist. It will tell you that just one more thought, one more loop, will bring peace. But peace is not found through more thinking. Peace arrives when we step aside and let stillness move through us, gently, quietly, like mist at dawn. Right now, your mind may be racing because it's trying to find control. But sleep is not control. It's surrender. And surrender does not mean defeat. It means allowing yourself to soften, to trust that nothing needs your fixing right now. Let that sink in for a moment. Nothing needs your fixing right now. Not your past. Not your future. Not even your own thoughts. Take a slow breath in. Hold it gently. And let it go like a leaf falling from a branch. Feel that? That's you beginning to uncoil from the grip of thought. Not by force, but by softness. Imagine your thoughts now as ripples on a quiet lake. Each one arrives, makes its mark, and fades. You don't have to stop the ripples. You only need to stop chasing them. Let them move. Let them swirl. Let them pass. You are the lake, not the ripple. You are the sky, not the cloud. It's okay if thoughts keep coming. You don't have to push them away. Just greet them like visitors passing through. Acknowledge them, and let them go. A memory arrives, you nod. A worry appears, you breathe. A random idea tries to shout, and you smile gently, knowing it too will soften in time. You are not here to judge your thoughts. You are only here to outlast them. Some part of you might still feel the urge to solve, to reflect, to understand. And there's nothing wrong with that. But sleep is not the place for solutions. It is the place for restoration. And healing often begins in the silence after the questions, not in the answers themselves. So if the questions feel too loud tonight, remind yourself, you don't have to answer them right now. You're allowed to rest, even if everything is unresolved. Let the mind chatter. Let the noise pass like wind through trees. You don't need to hold on to anything it says. Your task isn't to quiet your mind. Your task is to make peace with its noise. Because strangely enough, the moment we stop trying to silence our thoughts is the moment they begin to soften. Feel the rhythm of your breath. The rise, the fall. Like waves coming home to shore. With each exhale, say to yourself, this moment is enough. This breath is enough. I am enough, even now. Let that be your lullaby tonight. Not a perfect silence, but a gentle acceptance of everything as it is. And if the thoughts return, meet them with kindness. Place them in your hands like fragile paper birds. And let the wind carry them off. You don't need to hold them through the night. You are not a vessel for worry. You are not a container for chaos. You are a soul that longs to rest. A heart that deserves to be still. So now, gently, allow your mind to do what it has long forgotten how to do. Pause. Float. Drift. There is nothing to do. No one to become. No answers to chase. There is only this moment. This breath. This peace, waiting for you just beneath the noise. Sleep will find you. Not when you stop thinking, but when you stop fighting. Let your mind soften. Let your breath slow. Let yourself be carried, not by thoughts, but by quiet. We live in a world that worships motion, that ties our worth to productivity, that teaches us rest must be earned, like a trophy, instead of a right we're born with. And so we learn to keep going, even when our hands tremble, even when our chest tightens, even when our soul begins to whisper, "I can't keep doing this." We override the signals. We numb them. We call it resilience. But it's not resilience if it's breaking you. Somewhere along the way, we forgot how to rest. Not just how to lie down, but how to truly let go. To trust stillness. To unclench the invisible muscles of the heart. We may sleep, but we don't always rest. Because rest is not just physical. Rest is emotional. It is the art of being held, without tension, without roles, without weight. Tonight, let's remember that language. Let's return to it, like a river returning to the sea. There is a rhythm beneath the chaos. A pulse slower than the speed of thought. A softness waiting beneath the armor you wear. And it begins, not with doing more, but with doing less. Not fixing. Not planning. Not even healing. Just being. Just breathing. Rest is not laziness. Rest is repair. It is what the body was designed to do, what the soul was meant to feel, when we stop performing, and simply allow ourselves to be human. No mask. No proof. Just the quiet dignity of presence. You don't have to wait until you're broken to rest. You don't have to earn exhaustion before you deserve restoration. Tonight, give yourself permission. Even if the to-do list is unfinished. Even if your mind protests. Even if your heart says, "But I'm not there yet." You are allowed to rest, right here. Exactly as you are. Let your body sink deeper into the mattress. Let gravity hold you for a while. Let the weight you've carried all day slowly melt from your shoulders, and pool into the earth. You don't have to carry anything into this night. Not your tasks. Not your timelines. Not your expectations. Imagine for a moment that your entire being is made of water. And every breath softens the waves. You ripple, you release, you return to calm. Let the stillness of night speak the language your nervous system understands. The language of slowing down. The language of, "I am safe now." You don't need to run anymore. You don't need to explain. There is no one watching. Just the moon. Just the stars. Just this soft voice beside you, whispering what you've always longed to hear. You can stop now. It's okay to rest. Let yourself fall back into your body, like rain returning to soil. No longer scattered, but gathered. Held. There is medicine in this slowness. There is healing in this pause. Because it's in the pause that your body begins to stitch the places where you tore. It's in the stillness that your soul begins to speak again. Feel into this moment. Not the moment you wish for. Not the moment you think you need to fix. But this one, with all its imperfections, all its silence, all its softness. You're not falling behind. You're not failing. You are simply tired. And tiredness is not a sin. Tiredness is sacred. It's the body's way of asking for peace. It's your nervous system saying, "Let me exhale." So exhale now. Fully. Completely. As if the day is draining from your chest. And on the inhale, invite in the forgotten language of rest, ease, permission, peace. Maybe you haven't felt safe in stillness. Maybe rest was once dangerous. Maybe silence felt sharp, not soft. But tonight, you get to rewrite that story. Let this silence become a lullaby. Let this stillness be your sanctuary. There is no shame in stepping back. There is only wisdom in knowing when to stop, and soften, and surrender. You don't need to prove anything in this moment. Not even to yourself. You are not a project. You are not your pace. You are a soul, bruised, maybe, but beautiful. And tonight you are worthy of one simple truth: you are allowed to rest. There is a place inside you so quiet, so untouched, that even pain cannot find its way in. You may have forgotten it exists, buried beneath layers of survival, hidden beneath noise, sealed by memories that made you feel unsafe in your own skin. But it's still there. Soft. Unbroken. Waiting. This place doesn't need fixing. It doesn't ask you to explain. It doesn't care about your timelines, your regrets, or the parts of you that feel too much. It only wants you to arrive, gently, as you are. No mask. No strength. No performance. Just you, tired and tender and human. Let's go there now. Together. Gently. With your next breath, imagine yourself walking into the center of your own being. Not the part that rushes. Not the part that pretends. But the part that simply is. A quiet clearing, where pain cannot echo. Where noise cannot follow. Where even your fear forgets how to speak. Here, there is no need to hold your breath. No need to brace for impact. No need to shrink or harden or stay alert. This is the place where nothing hurts. Where your body feels like a home again. Where your soul sighs into itself. Where your nervous system can finally, quietly, rest. It is not far. Not in some distant future. Not in a different version of you. It's already here. It's already you. It's the part that knew how to laugh before the world asked you to grow up. The part that danced before it was told to be careful. The part that loved without guarding its heart. That part never left. It simply waited, beneath the ache, beneath the armor. Let yourself arrive there now. Let your breath lead you. Soft. Slow. Unforced. Every inhale, a gentle return. Every exhale, a deeper release. You are not chasing a feeling. You are not chasing peace. You are remembering it. Let the bed beneath you soften. Let your body melt into the mattress like mist settling into earth. No more resistance. No more effort. You are safe now. Not because the world changed, but because you did. You gave yourself permission to feel soft again. To stop performing pain. To stop gripping the world with tired hands. Here, in this place, you don't have to replay what went wrong. You don't have to carry the heaviness of being misunderstood. You don't have to keep protecting yourself from a world that never learned to love gently. You are surrounded by quiet now, not empty quiet, but healing quiet. The kind that knows what your heartbeat needs. The kind that listens without interrupting. The kind that holds you like a lullaby, sung by the universe itself. You can cry here, if you need to. Or not. You can just lie still, and breathe. And that is enough. Let your ribcage open just enough to say, I don't have to be strong right now. Let your spine soften into gravity, trusting that the earth knows how to carry you. You don't have to do the heavy lifting anymore. Not tonight. Because this is the place where nothing hurts. Not because you're numb, but because you are finally heard. Not because you've silenced your feelings, but because they are safe enough now to whisper instead of scream. There is no pressure here to be healed by mourning. There is only softness, and rest, and stillness, like a cradle made of quiet. Breathe in again. Let that inhale be a gift. Let that exhale be a letting go. A letting go of expectations, of old wounds, of anything that tells you your softness is a flaw. Here you are enough. Not because you're fixed. Not because you're unbroken. But because you're real. You're present. And presence is always enough. So if your body is tired, rest. If your heart is aching, place a hand over it and simply say, I hear you. You don't need a solution tonight. You only need space. And now you have it. As you drift deeper into this night, remember this. There is a place in you that pain cannot touch. It may be quiet. It may be small. But it is sacred. And it is yours. Return to it whenever you forget. It will wait. It always does. There comes a moment, in the quiet beyond quiet, when rest is no longer about escape, but about becoming something softer. Not a better version. Not a braver one. Just a truer one. A version of you that is not defined by your pain, but gently shaped by what you've survived. Sleep is not the end. It's not disappearance. It is a sacred returning to the self that was buried beneath the noise, the pressure, the trying. This is where rest becomes rebirth. Not through grand awakenings, but through the slow exhale, the deep surrender, the invisible healing only stillness can offer. Tonight you are allowed to let it all fall away. The roles you had to play. The resilience you wore like armor. The constant explaining, just to be heard, just to be enough. Let it drop. Let it dissolve. Let it disappear into the soft dark around you. You are allowed to begin again, not tomorrow, not someday, but now, by simply resting. There is a kind of courage in stillness. A quiet rebellion in choosing peace when the world demands performance. You don't have to earn your right to rest. You don't have to apologize for slowing down. You don't need proof that you're worthy of peace. You already are. Feel your breath like a tide. Coming in, going out. Effortless. Natural. Restorative. You do not need to do anything except be here. This moment. This breath. This body you fought so hard to carry. Let it be enough. And as you settle deeper, imagine this, that each breath you take now is planting something small, a seed, a possibility, a new softness blooming inside your tired places. There's no pressure for it to grow overnight. Just the promise that it will, in its own way, in its own time, in its own season. Because healing does not ask you to rush. It asks you to return. To come home. To be with what's here, and love it anyway. If there's an ache inside you, you don't have to name it. If there's a part of you that still clings to the pain, you don't have to force it to let go. Just let it rest. Like a child curled beside you, tired from carrying too many emotions at once. Wrap it in kindness. Let it sleep too. And know this, you are not broken. You are not too much. You are not behind. You are human. You are healing. You are held. Even if the world didn't show up for you, even if love felt conditional, even if your tenderness was misunderstood, you showed up. You made it here. To this breath. To this night. To this gentle moment of choosing stillness. And that matters. You are not who the world told you to be. You are who you quietly become each time you choose compassion over control, rest over resistance, presence over pressure. You are who you are when no one is watching, and that person is enough. So let sleep take you now. Let it fold around you like water. Let it carry you to the part of yourself that has always known how to return home. You don't have to carry the story tonight. You don't have to hold the ending. You only need to float. To breathe. To trust. Tomorrow will come in its own time. And you will meet it with whatever strength rises in you. Not forced, not rushed, but gently, naturally, like dawn returning after the longest night. And when it does, you'll remember this. That healing began when you stopped trying to be more, and let yourself simply be. Soft. Still. Enough. Good night, gentle soul. You are safe. You are whole. You are already healing. Let the silence cradle you now. Let sleep welcome you home. And when you wake, you will rise softer, but never smaller. Because tonight you remembered the truth, that rest is not retreat, it is rebirth.